Welcome to video 4 AI in Entry Events, the Claude's 4Ds framework for student AI use. So, what is an entry event in PBL? An entry event is an engaging activity that hooks students into the driving question and really creates that excitement. It's building that culture, that interesting, we're on a new journey, we're on a new mission today. Here's where we're going. And to understand the Claude 4Ds framework and how it's going to fit for students using AI, is to think of the 4D as a delegation, description, discernment, and diligence. Is really knowing when to ask the AI for help, asking for help clearly with good prompts, the discernment, how do we verify it, what's true, and the diligence, using AI responsibly and ethically. So let's go through these 4Ds. First one is delegation, knowing how and when to let AI handle tasks and what to retain for human judgment. So these kind of things would be students could delegate to AI the brainstorming of ideas. Where are they going to take their planning? Where are they going to go? They could summarize some complex information that they've found about geography things within their journey. And they could also generate a list of questions, but also to think, what can you retain for human judgment? These are really important discussions to have with students and in your planning process. Description, clearly articulating instructions, prompts for AI, expressing needs, goals, and constraints. To practice crafting prompts that includes context, clear task, and expected format, to refine prompts, and to really think about this. How are they writing to the AI, so to speak? The third one is discernment. How can they critically evaluate AI instead of just taking it as true or messy information, which most people think it is? And to consider how you can fact check it. Can you ask for citations? How do they analyze the responses? How do they pick up biases? These are lots of things that you have to teach students. And diligence, applying ethical, safe, and responsible practices. How can you help the students to document and cite AI as a collaborator? How can they reflect on their AI influenced decisions? And also, can they discuss the ethical implications of using AI for their project? These are pretty big questions, but something really to think about when you're teaching students. And I'll show you how that works. So, the 4Ds in action. So, the entry event might be they might just watch a video of a motorcyclist discussing route planning challenges. Could be something from a documentary, Long Way Around, those kind of films. And so, straight away, delegation. The students will ask the AI to generate a list of factors that impact motorbike travel and those kind of things. Description. How can they craft a really good prompt that might help them with this planning? What points can they put into that prompt that will help them get a better output? And discernment, to evaluate the routes. Are they right? Are they not? I've seen students use these motorbike journey packs and they say that's not true. You can't drive a motorbike there because it's all wet or it's just not good conditions at all. Can they use Google Maps, Google Earth to check those things? And diligence. They document the final route. They explain which parts were informed by the AI suggestion and which parts were decided by human judgment and verification. Why did they choose different things? Why did they choose human interaction instead and judgment? So, this is how a sample guideline for AI use might look. It's a pretty simple do and don't. I don't particularly like the red, don't do this, don't do that, but you need to make things clear with AI. You can't just copy it, it's very obvious. You can't rely on it ever. It makes stuff up and it still makes stuff up. Even creating, I asked AI to create this amazing presentation. I had all the information for it and it created a whole new type of 4Ds, which actually look pretty interesting, but they're not the right ones. And that was made on Claude. It couldn't even say its own framework. So I found that fascinating. And the key takeaways for this: the 4D framework provides a structured approach for students to use AI effectively in the entry events. By following these 4Ds, students will build AI literacy and fluency while maintaining critical thinking and ownership. Sometimes, when you're getting started and students don't know this framework or are just using AI because you say, go and use AI, this takes a lot of time to build what all this means. So, this is a lot of training for students to understand. You got to build their fluency in multiple ways. And so, for the homework worksheet, is just to go through this information and try and think, can you plan your entry event a little bit better where students can use AI as a tool for inquiry and creation while developing critical thinking and ethical usage habits? Good luck, and I'll see you next video.